Yay!
Hello!
Hi everyone!
Hi everyone! We have in reverse order Ivan Miranda, welcome. Graphit, Red Light, Ivan Miranda again, Thierry and Travis. Welcome everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, Aaron
We've
is
been,
here. The
we
handy
have been
outdoor nerd.
troubleshooting the technical difficulties of the stream. So we haven't even said hello to each other yet.
No, not really. No. Ivan's CPU cycles were being consumed by Chrome, so there was
Yeah,
much
all of them.
lag. All the cycles. Hello, Jeff. Long time no see.
How are ya? Mr. Transparent Mug?
Oh yeah, everyone like my transparent mug? It's floaty. Yeah, no crashing into anything red. G'day Sam, you're here too. All good. Oh dear. When things go wrong.
So
every week we find something that just doesn't go the same as last week.
yes.
We get a variance of some description.
So, some wrongness are more stupid than others. Now I don't think that JAYTEE. Are you having a coffee?
Yeah. I can sleep straight after coffee.
Then you can
bear in mind
coffee.
I'm going to be up for another 90 minutes at least.
At least.
Yes, coffee.
I'm destroying your sleep cycle.
Yeah. It's okay. When you go to sleep, you got to sleep. Doesn't matter if you've got coffee in me.
Oh yeah. If you are tired. Yeah.
So problems we face periodic, and this is just
Yes.
for everyone's interest, and particularly Thierry and maybe Graphit. Although Graphit does post, he doesn't do streams. He posts his videos, whereas Thierry's done a couple of streamy type things. OBS is open source, which is great, but like anything, it has issues of its own. Sometimes it can be laggy. Like last week, I had to change my camera resolution from high def to 720p. Like this week,
For no reason.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. You know, we're coming up to our 50th episode, and it's been on the same high def settings, same machine, same OS, same everything.
Well, I've lost half my computer since I updated to Catalina.
Yes, that's.
Like I made a mistake.
That's why I'm still running 10.10. Believe it or not, I can't run certain software. I've got dedicated hardware for other things.
Yeah, 32-bit apps, for example.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Robbie Mac.
Yeah. I didn't update in my laptop, only the Mac Mini, because after seeing the experience, I said, I'm going to wait.
Yeah, for sure, because things always go wrong. Like, I've had so many people say to me, "Oh, I shouldn't have done that," and I said, "I told you not to do that." Oh, but I thought it would be okay. Let me tell you, when my wife updates something and I've told her not to, I just say, "Oh, if only I had have told you." And she goes, "Yeah, that would have been great," knowing full well that I told her.
Yeah.
So anyway,
that happens with Premiere.
Yeah.
Now, like I used to do the edits with Bluetooth headphones. It has like maybe 100 millisecond lag. Okay. It's not that bad. I can live with that. Yep. But now it has like a second and a half or 2 seconds after the update.
Yeah.
So it's unusable now.
Yeah.
If you run any app. So yeah.
I've got a couple more in the chat. Hello, Jean and Jordan. But yeah, things go wrong. Like,
Yes.
I see so many people, and say Barnacles, Jerry, on Twitter.
Yes.
In particular, Windows, all the time. Oh,
All the time.
Windows has interrupted my work. Or someone who's doing editing. Yeah. Windows just kicks in and says, no, you're doing an update right now.
Yes. That's why even if I complain about my Mac, like I used to use Windows, but the uptime of macOS versus the uptime of Windows is like an order of magnitude higher.
Oh, totally.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Like even if it's laggy, like whenever I use the computer, it works all the time. So and I cannot complain. Comparing with Windows, I cannot complain.
Yeah. Look, you can turn the updates off on Windows. There is actually a way.
Yeah, but then, well, yeah, you can turn them off. But
you
even leaving the, yeah.
But you're leaving yourself exposed.
Yes, and with Windows, you are like
more exposed.
Way more exposed than with
Mac. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. I saw the other day I was watching. I think it's the second screwdriver tank from Colin Firth.
Yes.
And I had seen a previous post on, I think, on Instagram, where his lathe had his lathe engine, his lathe motor broke.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he brought the company, and they said, okay, we are going to send you a replacement motor, but he needed to use it.
Yes.
So he did up his drill, his power drill to the drive shaft, and he was doing lathe work with the lathe powered by the drill.
Wow.
Which he said was doing insane amounts of noise. So he was wearing ear protection while doing lathe work.
Yeah.
But it worked.
I thought you were going to say he tilted his drill press over. His vertical drill. That's what I thought you were going to say, because that's initially where my mind went to. Like I'd flip a drill press over, but yes, hand
usually drill press mandrels, the chuck, where the chuck is attached to the drive shaft. Those are not meant to be used with sideways loads.
Sure.
So you will start doing the work, and then the entire mandrel will fall.
Okay.
With unknown consequences.
Yep.
Don't ask me how I know, but I know.
Yeah, never ask someone who says don't ask me how I know. Exactly.
Yeah. I know. So that may be tempting, but sure.
Yeah.
No. Even if you try to remove the mandrel of a drill press, it's really difficult unless you are trying to mill with it, and then it will fall off.
Oh, automatically. So. They're tapered, no?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a friction. Is it friction fit or not?
That's a mystery that it still remains a mystery for me, because you see the mandrel. You see the chuck is not a mandrel. It's tapered.
Yeah.
It's a cone, and it fits in a like. The only thing that I've seen is if your mandrel is falling, usually clean it and pop it back.
Yep.
And that's it.
Right.
That's how it stays. Because I tried to fix the wobble on my old drill press. I got a new one, and I couldn't do it. Like people said, maybe it is dirty or something. That's why where the wobble comes from. But no, it's not that. So. Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe it's only friction. Yeah. Usually you are only trying to push it further in. So.
But if you ever do take it out, are you meant to? Do you just whack it in with your hand, or do you give it a tap?
Use a nylon hammer, but yeah.
So a screwdriver handle. Okay, good, lovely.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes, a big one.
A big one, yeah. Hi, James.
Yeah, you will for certain hammering jobs, you would need, who Paul Jackman is from Jackman Works?
Works, yeah.
His screwdriver.
His big one, his giant one. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I understand.
Yeah.
Dear, oh dear. Yeah. You mentioned something before, and I'll show this because. So you said you've got a laptop And what else?
Yes.
What else did you say you had?
A Mac Mini.
Okay, so I might have several Mac Minis, and I might have so at least that many.
Yes.
Is that right way up?
Yeah, that's a mount.
Okay, so that's the replacement for the rear cover.
Yes.
You screw two things, and then you go with the Mac Mini onto it.
Oh.
Yes. So I have plans for a suite of Mac Minis, and I didn't want to drill holes in the existing cover plates in case the screws made contact with anything.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was way younger, I think I started with I had a Pentium 2.
Yep.
And I started doing cases for it.
Yeah.
With wood and aluminum panels. Because I lived in a different city from where I studied, so I had I lived in here where I live now during the week, and during the weekends I went back to my parents' house, and I didn't have money to have two computers, so I wanted a computer that I could bring with me. Then I didn't have money to buy a laptop or anything.
Yep.
So I made a portable computer. I picked a monitor from the trash.
Yes.
And I had two monitors and one computer, and I made the smallest possible version of my computer in a wooden case, and I brought it with me in my backpack every weekend.
I used to carry a Mac Mini to work and back every day. So I'd
but that's a Mac Mini.
Yeah.
Mini.
But I had a computer and a mouse and a keyboard at both ends.
Yeah, the Mac Mini, the Pentium 2 processor was already the size of a Mac Mini because it was one of the few that were sideways mounted on the board.
Yep.
That they had the fan case and everything, and it was mounted like a PCI card.
Okay.
So yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Yes, and during that, during those builds of different cases, I twice broke in the motherboard. I've never talked about computers in English. I did broke traces of the motherboard several times with screws.
Yeah.
So I had to do a reconstruction surgery on the PCB traces.
And
with my solder iron.
Which is perfect for today's topic, of course. When things go wrong, what do you do?
Yes.
You know, you don't just go and buy another motherboard.
If you have the money, maybe you do.
Sure.
But if you don't have the money or the time, you can fix it. So, but the thing is, things can go wrong or very wrong. Because if I had realized first when I did break the traces, I would have only had to resolder them. But as I didn't, I plugged the computer and started smelling like burnt electronics and saw fire. So one of the threads completely melted. I'm not sure how breaking one thread can melt another one, but one cap exploded and one trace was completely burned. So I had to replace the burned trace with the cable, replace the cut thread with a solder, and then replace the cap, and everything started working again.
Wow.
And it worked until the end of its life.
I had a hard disk recorder, a DVR, PVR, personal video recorder, which blew some caps. Literally the tops.
Yeah, that's very, very common failure of electrolytic capacitors.
Ah, okay. Well,
that's just the electrolyte getting dry, and they just pop the...
So, squirt with water? Does that keep them good and fresh?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, you said they got dry,
yeah.
So I had a mate solder a couple of replacements in. It was fine.
Yeah, you should, like I'd say half of the electronics that break nowadays is because they, like older electronics, is because they have caps that went dry and popped.
Yep.
And yeah, usually those are only just bypass or filter capacitors. So if you replace them, they should work just fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
There you go.
Replacing
lots
caps.
of comments about replacing caps.
Yeah. When you find broken electronics, first thing to check fuse. Second, capacitors.
Yeah.
If it has a fuse, check the fuse.
Yeah.
If it is blown, you can replace the fuse, but there is a catch. Why did the fuse blow?
Oh yeah.
Because I've seen, yeah.
Because someone squirted it with water, trying to keep the caps cool, of course.
Trying to keep yeah. Come on. Yeah. And if you don't have the same rating fuse, and you I don't know, use a piece of copper wire or aluminum foil or
6-inch nail.
Well, you should try to replace the fuse with something that has at least a minimal amount of fusing capability. Because if you get a 6-inch nail,
I understand the consequences of what I said.
The nail is not going to fuse.
Oh no.
Anything else in the circuit
correct. Which is why I said it.
For the nail. Yep. But yeah. Yeah. A copper penny, yeah. Our small coins are not entirely. If you see them from the outside, they are copper, but in the inside they are not.
Okay.
They are aluminium.
Thierry is actually an electrician, so if he says something, I'll believe him.
Oh yes.
There's a chart of Emperor's Power. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I remember that Mythbusters did an episode about using bullets as fuses.
Well, there you go.
Maybe?
Thierry just said ammo is a fuse with notification.
Bang! Yeah. Okay, Canada got rid of the penny, so home electrical fires went down. Yeah, they went down. Yeah, they used. I think in the U.S. They started using aluminum in the wiring of homes. But they found that the aluminum wires tend to shrink and cause all kinds of failures. Yes.
Oh, okay.
But usually, and I will throw myself into the pool. The wires that you see in the power lines,
yes,
that go from town to town, those are usually aluminum.
Okay.
Because its conductivity is very similar to copper. It is lighter and it's way
cheaper.
6 times cheaper than copper.
Which is why they make them so bendy. So if they do shrink.
Well, yes and no. The tension that you need to make a wire that long so it looks that it's not sagging, the tension is so high that you will break the cable.
Ah, okay.
Being it aluminum or copper. If it is steel,
yeah,
you can make, the tensile strength of steel is way higher than copper or aluminum.
Sure.
So.
Okay.
So yeah.
Good.
Yes. I saw yesterday, I think it was on Twitter, that in some town somewhere they had a winter storm, and they had they were near a lake or the sea, and it was spraying water into the houses.
Right.
And the air was so cold that they ended up in some sides of the houses with, they say, 3 feet thick ice.
Oh,
solid
no.
ice. And one of the guys said, I had to chisel my way out of my hole.
Oh, wow.
He went to the back door where the ice wasn't so thick.
Yeah.
And it had to chisel his way out.
Oh my God.
Yes. So, yeah, that's one thing that can go wrong.
Speaking, you said you found a screen in the trash, and obviously
yeah.
that was working though. That screen, someone just got rid of it.
I picked from the trash maybe 10 or 15 screens in my life.
Okay.
So yeah, some of them worked first time, some of them didn't. Yeah. Yes.
Because the you know Dave EEV. Aussie
Yeah.
guy.
It goes
EEV
from
blog.
AVV blog.
Yeah.
He taught me everything that I know about electronics, basically.
Really?
For real.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool. He found a Synology NAS.
A few days ago.
A few days ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
I follow him on Twitter.
I have a similar NAS, and I've had a similar problem. And I sort of knew where this was going to go before he explained it on his video. But the gist of it was, there's actually a fault with the unit. Synology are really good at replacing stuff, so they'll replace it anyway. But he did find that the fault with the CPU that exists with the Atom C200 or C2000, whatever it was, you could bridge something on the board. You put a resistor across a couple of things, and it fired up. He did exactly that, and the thing fired up. He went trawling on the internet for the solution. He got himself a free NAS. Not free NAS, the software. He got a free, no cost NAS.
Yes. Well, but he's awfully good
dumpster diver.
picking stuff from dumpster diving.
He is expert dumpster diver.
But but the thing is, he picks a plasma TV from the trash.
Yes.
Looks at the board, starts like with the multimeter, like checking points, and he ends up figuring out what's wrong with it and fixing it.
I know.
It's insane.
It is insane.
It's insane.
Yeah.
But he has the knowledge.
Yeah, well, that's it. You know.
Like if YouTube were to disappear, he's one of the guys that would have such an insane portfolio on YouTube that he could find job instantly. Like,
yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah. I understand.
He's very good.
All right.
Yes.
What's the biggest sort of fail anyone in the audience has had, other than YouTube going down to 480 because your internet's screwed? What's the biggest fail that you've fixed? Let me put it that way, because everyone gets big fails. Well, what's the ones that you've fixed?
Yeah, but
what do we got?
Yeah. What happens when the company sends you a new one and they don't take away the old one? You try to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually you don't open it because you can void the warranty and then they will not send you a new one.
Yeah.
But once they have sent you a new one, you just can try and fix it.
Yeah. Thierry has sent me a list of. Yep. There we go. How am I going to do this? I'm going to put this over your face. Is what I'm going to do. Don't be offended. There you go.
Here.
You can't see that, Ivan, but everyone else probably can. Oops. Except it snapped to window. There we go. There's Thierry's list of replacement fusey type things.
Fusey type things?
There you go. Guides to fuse replacements.
Different ratings.
Yeah, different ratings. From a pin through to a spanner.
Yeah, 2,000 amps.
Yeah. Just a little.
There is a quesito there.
There's what? Sorry.
There is in Spain the thing that the cheese is called little cheese, a quesito.
Quesito? Okay.
Little cheese. It literally means little cheese.
Okay, good.
So yeah.
All right, so let's see what people have said. Sam, relationships, yes, been there, done that. Trained in HVAC, refrigerator, fixed many things. I'm assuming Travis is laughing at Sam.
Probably Thierry has seen this many times. So, when there is like a power station or something that works with DC or very high AC voltages, there are very big poles with hooks at the end that are made of plastic or wood. Just so if someone gets hooked to the electrical contacts, you can pull them off.
You can bash them, yeah.
Yeah. And those are used, yes.
I like the guys. I've seen world's weirdest jobs or whatever. The guys that are basically wearing a Faraday cage, chainmail. And they're on a helicopter and they're cleaning the wires and shit. Oh my god.
Yes. Where does Tanner live? Because
Ricky,
here in Spain. Yeah.
Ricky Tanner is it's not Texas. Ricky, where do you live?
But it's US.
Oh, it's US, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know how you do, because in Spain, if you want to buy a car, you have to find the car and talk to the guy, reach a deal, but then you have to go to the governmental car agency to finish the deal.
Yep.
But I've seen many times in the movies in the US that people just buy cars with cash.
Yeah.
That it's impossible here.
Yeah, because you got to do a legitimate transfer, the paperwork. The registration.
Yeah.
We're the same.
And then I've seen there are lots of people that complain about license plate readers in the US.
Yeah.
But if you can trade cars like that, how does the government know whose car is from whom?
Yeah, exactly. Well, we've got a problem here. Let's see who else is there. G'day, Mike. We've got a problem here that petrol is so expensive, which people have possibly seen me bitch about on Twitter, just right up there with shipping. And people are stealing.
What is too expensive?
Petrol.
but what's the price of?
I have to run 98. So 91 is, I think, $1.40 per litre.
$1.40 Australian dollars.
Yeah, so that's maybe 90 cents US. But they pay $1 something a gallon, which is 4.5 litres.
It's more expensive here.
Yeah, I know. Oh, sorry. No, I didn't know. But yeah, you're the healthiest country in the world. I saw on the news the other day. Spain is the healthiest country in the world.
By which metrics?
I don't know. Maybe comparing to the US.
Okay. Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. We are in here. I use diesel, but 98 is, I think, the same, around the same. Is €1.30 a liter.
Yeah, 98 is $1.70.
Yeah, but how many euros is an Australian dollar?
Half, maybe, or 2/3. Let me.
Then yours is more expensive then.
Yeah, let me Google that. New 100. What's the euro symbol?
How many liters is a gallon?
1 euro, 2. No, I typed euro. I actually know the keyboard shortcut for euro, which is terrifying. 100 euro is 170 Australian dollars. So 1.7, $1.70 per litre is €1 conversion rate.
So yours is more expensive.
Yeah.
Yes. How many liters per 100 kilometers does your car?
I'm doing the inverse. The inverse is 7. So whatever.
Give me your figure and I will do the conversion.
Let's say. I think it's 10/7. So what's that?
What?
Hang on.
10/7 of what? Give
so
me units.
It must be 13 or 14 liters
Miles to
per
the gallon.
100. Liters per 100 kilometers.
How many?
13 or 14. Okay.
You have a car.
50 liters. I get 380 kilometers tops.
How many liters? 30 liters?
50,
300.
50, and I get 380 kilometers.
Really?
Yeah.
I get 1,000 and 1,120 kilometers with 90 liters.
And I bet I get to the speed limit faster than you do.
How many horsepower does your car have?
I don't know. Anyone want to look it up? It's a 2012 WRX, not the STI version.
200.
Yeah. But I get to the speed limit quickly. Let's put it that way.
Well, mine has 145.
Yeah, but yours is bigger. It has to carry a tank.
It's a van. It's a tank.
It's a van. Yeah. 305. Thank you, Thierry. Thierry is also a Subaru, or was. Do you still have the white one?
305.
Thierry, do you still have the white one?
And the STI is supposed to have more?
Oh, yeah.
Or the WRX?
No, well, WRX, and then there's the Super WRX, which is the STI.
It has more?
Yeah. That's the super model.
Yeah. I with my van at the exit on the tolls, on the highway, I get torque steering in second gear.
What did you do?
I get torque steering in second gear. You know what torque steering?
Yeah.
In second gear.
Wow.
With my van. And it only has 145. You have to be really careful with the throttle in that one.
The STI has 305. There you
go. Four-wheel drive.
Yes, correct.
At least.
Yes, plus the one in the front.
Oh my God.
Yeah, nice car.
My previous car had 85. And we've crossed the entire Europe with it many times.
Okay.
At highway speed limits.
Yeah, the general consensus is around 220.
220. Okay. Yeah, I get. Now we are doing 7.8 liters per 100 kilometers. Yes.
What are you holding? What are you playing with today?
Oh, this is the vacuum hose adapter for my CNC.
Ah, okay.
Which is more or less finished. Should be this Friday's video.
Okay.
We
haven't had a video for a while, have we?
An entire freaking month. I'm panicking. I need to release a video now. But I wanted,
James.
Like last year, I did three videos for the CNC machine, 3 or 4, and people asked me to release the plans. So I'm making a single video for the entire process. I've redesigned all the parts of the CNC machine so anyone can build their own, and I will be releasing files for free for my Patreons. I will sell plans and will release the parts for free on my website. No, this Friday. But that's taking, like, I've been very careful with the design of every single part. I've redesigned all of them. There is no part similar to the previous one. Everything will be able to be printed on a Prusa i3 or similar printer. No need for bigger one.
So what, 200, 220?
Yeah, it is 250 to 190, I think. Okay. I'm not sure. Yeah. I've used the Pulse XC as the maximum size because I think it's similar to the i3. Yes. And so, yeah. Leather personal carrier? What for?
I assume he means shoes.
Oh, okay. I don't have anything leather for my feet. I don't have anything leathery for my feet. Okay. Well, I use my bike. My van is not my van. It's my wife's van. I barely use it apart from holidays.
And tank maneuvering.
And tank man, yeah, weekends mostly. Yes. Yeah. We need to carry a tank.
Yep, shoes. There you go.
So, yes. But yeah. So wrong. Things that go wrong. I sent you something that went wrong for me that we cannot talk about, at least for now. But
you've just told the chat, you've given them a juicy morsel. Well, I'm not saying we show it. No, I'm not saying that.
No, we are not going to show it. But what I can say is that I had to botch. I had to botch CR10 hot-end by removing the heatsink, mounting it on a vise, placing the vise in my wooden meter saw. The
drop saw, miter saw.
Drop saw.
Yep.
Yes. And praying for the best, which did work, but it felt really wrong.
Is there video of this transaction?
No. No, because I will not be able to show it anywhere.
Yeah, I understand.
Because I don't want anyone to try anything similar.
No, of course.
I don't want to give any ideas.
Yeah.
Only here, because we are all reasonable people.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Or not.
Don't try this at home. And if you try it, don't name me.
Yeah.
That's enough. Yeah. No, it didn't happen. It really didn't happen. Yeah. But that's botching requires a little bit of naivete and a little bit of ingenuity.
Yeah.
Just to, because if you're not ready to break some rules, it's pretty difficult. But if you don't mind, like, using your meter saw to machine aluminum or things like that, it can be done. Gladly, from now on, I will have my CNC machine to do those kind of stupid things.
Yeah.
Which is kind of safer. And since I did cut my finger, I have a lot of safety. How do you call it? EPP? No, EPP.
What are you trying to
say? Safety goggles and masks and gloves. And
protective, personal protective equiment. PPE.
Yeah, man. PPE. I have lots of PPE, but that's not that doesn't seem to have had the desired effect or consequence.
Okay.
Because it seems that I'm now just doing more dangerous things
because you're protected.
because I'm protected.
There's the illusion of protection.
Yes, because if the saw blade comes flying at me, it's going to go straight through.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Speaking of bodging things, as soon as you said bodge, I thought, I should show this. I've never actually shown this before. I did do it on a forum once. Yeah, go on.
Do you know from whom I did learn the word bodge?
Tom Scott.
No, even before Tom Scott.
No idea.
Dave Jones.
Oh, really?
From the ABB blog, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
He when he is doing a reviewing something, or don't switch it on, take it apart. When he's taking apart something and he sees botches because they did like 23 revisions of the PCB and they couldn't do anymore, and they just placed a piece of wire joining two points or this. Yeah. From that, I learned the word botch.
Yes. Okay. So, funnily enough, this is in a similar vein. I'm going to cover your face again. you won't see this for a while. Plus, bigger. This is not the ideal, but it works. So this is the most stuffed up cable I ever made. So that's, I'll put the mouse there. So this is from the Xbox 360. Let me see if I can change cursor here. There we go. That was from my Xbox 360. Then there was HDMI female to female. Then there was HDMI male to DVI female. And then there's DVI male to an Xbox video adapter. And that worked.
And that worked.
That worked. So that was pretty insane as a bodge. But there was no danger there, really.
No, there is not. I've done something way dangerous. I'm pretty sure that Thierry will appreciate it. I did a death cable once.
You did what?
I don't know if I've told that. A death cable.
A death cable?
Yeah.
A power socket with 2 plugs?
Yes.
A power cable with 2 plugs.
Yes. Because my neighbors, like my new neighbors, like a few years ago, had this issue where the previous tenant did disconnect the power from the company, so they cut their power. So what I did is I did a death cable and plugged it from one of my
outlets to his
outlet in my house to his outlet, so they could have power in their house.
Oh my god!
Which is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. No.
The face plant from Thierry.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Don't ever do that. I saw it on Twitter the other day, and in a kind of a Home Depot or similar in the electric aisle, with a sign that showed one death cable and said, "We don't have this, we don't make this, we won't help you make this."
Yeah.
And with a sign like cross.
Yeah, with the Ghostbusters. Yeah. I understand.
Yes.
Hello, Brian. How are you? One of the other things that I heard of was someone used electrical wire, so sockets, for a telephone system. So they wired telephone. Normally you'd use a pair of wires, yeah? So they were using, but they weren't using an electrical circuit in the house. But not everyone knew which sockets were for electricity and which sockets for the phone. So someone unplugged the phone and then plugged it into another socket, and you can imagine what happened.
Boom!
Yeah, boom. Exactly.
Yes. Well, you know that the old copper pair telephone lines that we had before, those are usually very low voltage.
Yes.
Unless you are receiving a call.
Oh, okay.
Then the voltage, I think, goes like 200 volts up, something like that. It's insane.
Yep.
So I was once like doing this repairing at home, like, I will dismantle here, and we received a call.
Oh.
At the same time that I was giving the explanation, this is completely safe because it's very low voltage. And
Oh shit.
Yeah. Never say that with your fingers in the cables. Yeah. Yeah. Transformers work both ways. Yes.
70 volts. There you go. 60 volts. So.
But it's still anything above 40 volts or 50 volts will give you a very good zap.
I was convinced as a early teen to put my tongue across a electric train set. You know, you know how the 9-volt battery gives you a little zap.
Yes.
Boy, does an electric train set give you an extra zap, because it's only, I think it's only 12 volts, isn't it, or 24?
Yeah, but it's 12 volts DC.
Yeah.
No. It's 12 volts DC. No, DC is horrible.
Yeah. Anyway, I learned never ever to do that again.
No. No, well, I read once the deer beetle, I think it is called, the one, I how I told you this?
Which
the
one?
one that has a couple of horns in the front.
Okay. So it's a beetle.
A beetle.
Yeah. With
Yeah,
big
deer beetle.
clawy things. Yeah.
Yes, and it flies.
Yeah.
And I was a kid and I read in a book, Disney book about insects, that those that species, the clamps, the thingies, they weren't strong. They were only for mating, for seducing other beetles. So they weren't strong. So I did put my finger on one. They are strong enough to make you bleed.
Right. Okay.
I don't know what the strength rating in the book they used. Like if it doesn't like pierce your lungs, it's not strong enough. But don't put your finger in it.
They were using the 6-inch nail test for the clamping. All right. I'm with Ricky Tanner. I'm terrified of electricity also. My dad used to always pull out the circuit breakers whenever he'd do anything. He'd pull the fuse and put it in his pocket. So no one would accidentally go and walk up and put the bloody fuse back in.
We don't have fuses in Spain on any socket or anything. But I remember my dad saying to me, switch off the light and that's enough. And I said, no way. Like, I will switch off the light, put all the circuit breakers down.
Yeah.
The differential, how do you say, differential unit, everything, and then I will go and do the job.
Yep.
Like, and put a sign, don't switch it on. Because I'm working.
Yeah. I don't know if I've got it right next to me. If it's in that drawer or that drawer. Might be in this drawer. Ah, yes, it's in that drawer. That's where it should be.
Yeah.
I have one of these. This one is a circuit tester. Tells me if I've got power. Tells me also if it's wired correctly. Power. It lights up. So little LEDs inside the unit, and a little chart explaining how badly your wiring is.
Well, do you know what an electrician? There are some screwdrivers that have a clear handle.
Yes.
Do you know what those are for?
Presumably testing live circuits.
Yeah, those are called pole finders, and you can check which one of the two wires is live. And the other one won't zap you.
Won't zap you?
Nor that I will touch it.
Yep.
But supposed to be, more expensive. Yep. But yeah. Is that a pole finder? Yes, a pole finder.
This one will actually find live electricity through a wall, so you can actually trace it.
Oh.
Within 10 mils or something. Battery operated, but I am so fearful. I've got every friggin' tester you would imagine.
Well, you can always call for an electrician.
Yeah, not if I'm just going to switch out a power board, like a switch.
Oh.
Put a 4-way board instead of a 2-way. So, what have I missed in? Won't crush concrete. There's Brian's response to the beetle. When do we start talking about licking steel posts in winter, like Dumb and Dumber?
What I do is I cut everything. Like, I don't really care. I will cut everything and do the job. Yeah, there's with the what you mentioned, 12 volts DC.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a lead acid battery or a LiPo battery, if you short circuit the two wires of the battery, the instant current that can go through them is so insane that will melt everything.
But that's a full discharge, yeah?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so instant bang. Yes, I understand.
Yeah, the battery of your car can give around maybe 600 amps instantly.
Yeah.
So it will instantly melt the cable or anything.
Yeah, yeah. So don't do that.
That's why, why if you are connecting your battery to another car battery, you have to connect first the positive and then the ground.
Okay.
Because the entire chassis of the car is ground. So if you connect first the ground, you could short circuit by touching the positive with anything while you're doing the maneuver and cause a disaster.
Yep.
Yes. So
also good for jump starting Wellbot when he, because I can see him in the chat.
Also. Oh yes, CRTs.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
The old one of the Apple training things I used to do for the original Mac was discharging the CRT. Oh my God.
Whenever I see a video of someone that knows, for example, Dave Jones, that knows what he's doing with very high voltage, like I couldn't do it.
No.
Even if I know what I'm doing, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because that will kill you instantly.
Yeah.
There is no it will kill you if you make a mistake. You go.
The proper tool that for discharging the CRT has got a handle like a fencing sword. It's like it's got a full. Your hand isn't touching anything. It's just scary as shit.
Yeah.
Shorted the wrench. There you go. Thierry's saying he shorted something once in the car.
Yeah. No. It's insane. And with lithium-ion batteries, it's even worse.
Yeah.
Because those have much higher discharge rates than lead-acid batteries.
Yeah. Well, they got
whenever I'm doing a project, the last thing that I connect is always the battery.
Yes.
Because if you have for example, changing the connector on a lithium-ion battery, it's insane. There's at one point you will have a peeled cable flying in your hands.
Yes. Yeah.
It's nerve-wracking.
Yes. What? It was your rocket. One of your rockets was connected to a battery once, and you.
Yeah, and I did reverse the throttle channel with it connected.
Yeah, yeah.
Which made it went straight from 0 to 100 instantly.
Yeah.
And it went off.
That was that in the middle studio or the first studio?
In the middle
studio. Yeah. Man, it seems so long ago.
Yes. It was a couple of years at least.
Yeah. What do we got? What arc protection? Yeah. Yes, capacitors, absolutely.
Oh. Yes, electricity is
scary. Anyway. So yes, we all have a healthy respect for electricity, apparently.
Yes.
Which is why we're all still here.
Yeah, the ones that didn't learn aren't with us anymore.
They're the Darwin Awards winners.
Oh yes.
Oof. Yep, respected.
I used to do capacitor launching with a mate when I was in a shared apartment with my university friends, and we used to do capacitor launching by plugging capacitors in a socket and connecting the socket straight to AC. Small DC capacitors straight to AC.
Right.
And they popped and launched instantly.
Okay.
Later on, I learned how nasty the fumes from the electrolyte in the capacitors, the fumes were. But,
yeah.
I'm still here. So, yeah.
The capacitor's the poor man's taser.
Yes. Yeah. I saw one guy once playing. I don't approve this, but playing Russian. No, playing Russian roulette with AC capacitors. With big AC capacitors, because he used to charge them in the socket.
Yeah.
And then taste people. And the thing is the Russian roulette, because depending on which part of the wave you disconnect it, that's the size of the zap that it gives you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because if you disconnect the capacitor in the zero crossing, it's not charged. But if you go all the way to the other side, it's going to be charged with 240, 250 volts.
Wow, okay.
Because it says it's AC. So in the zero crossing, if you disconnect it, there is no charge.
Oh, okay.
So it's Russian roulette capacitor.
Wow.
Electrocution.
People are idiots.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes. The guy used to leave the capacitor in the cutlery drawer and things like that to see if someone got some.
Battery in a transformer also works really well.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, because transformers work also both ways. You can transform 240 volts to 12 volts, for example, and you will put 240 volts on one side and get 12 volts on the other side. But if you put 12 volts in one side, you will get 240 on the other side.
Ah, okay. Yep.
You will see the circuit and say, oh, it's only 12 volts, and gets up.
But yes. Low amps.
It depends on the size of the transformer and the size of the battery.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
No, Travis, I know people are idiots. I'm just making polite conversation.
Yes.
I just, yep. I still shake my head periodically. But that's right.
Yeah.
I retweeted someone puncturing a lipo the other day on Twitter. Someone put a knife through a little one. It would have only been a 3.7 or whatever.
It's alive?
Yeah. It was just smoke and then massive flames.
That's really stupid. Like lithium-ion batteries are insanely dangerous. I had a few ones that had been to discharge, so I cannot use them anymore.
Yep.
And I brought them to the recycling plant, and I had a box and give the box to the guy and said, I will put them in here. And it was like open air, and said, no, you know what this is. Oh yeah, batteries. Yeah, but these are not acid batteries.
This is a bomb.
Yeah, and say this can explode if this happens to that, or this, or this, or this. Okay. He brought them inside and say, you should ask your manager to train you on this, because you will get more and more of this with time.
Oh, absolutely.
Because people are using them. But it was odd to me that nobody ever had brought one of these to him. It seemed like...
It seems unlikely. But no, people aren't recycling properly. That's why.
Yeah, but those batteries are really dangerous if you throw them in the...
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
People aren't recycling properly.
Yeah.
And Ricky's saying that the video I retweeted yesterday of the person reversing, he's also an idiot. Reversed over a motorcycle. Yeah, they throw it out. Exactly.
The best way of don't quote me on this and do proper research, but I think the best way of how do I say, make a lithium-ion battery not dangerous is to put it in a big bucket of water.
Why? Because it instantly discharges, and then you're safe.
Because it will not instantly, slowly discharge it. Because the water has resistance.
Yes. Yeah.
And also, it will not be able to catch fire in the water.
Yep.
And also, if it explodes, it will be on the water, which will dampen the explosion.
Okay, so I've got a great idea for battery technology then. Lithium ion and sodium.
Yes.
That way, when you put it in the water, you still get an explosion.
Yes, sodium. Whew.
Who's saying what?
Front wheel?
Oh yeah, this is the motorbike thing. It was the idiot driver just from across an intersection realised they were stuck in the intersection. I'll send it to you later, but reversed, and there was a guy on a motorbike. He realised what was going on. He jumped off his motorbike. They reversed, not just hitting his motorbike, over his motorbike. I think
Yes.
I think it was a Subaru too, just quietly, from memory. G'day, John.
Yeah, lithium can catch fire underwater, but it is underwater. It will not burn anything else.
Oh yeah, true. It won't burn.
That's the idea, I think. But don't quote me. Like, do proper research.
Yep.
So, I think I've heard about it, like maybe in flight test or something like that. So. Yeah. Yes, unplug it first.
Have you got any lipo bags? Because I've actually got lipo bags from a few years ago when I used to dabble in drones.
I have one.
Have you ever used it?
No, because I bought it from China a couple of years ago, and I don't trust it. Okay. Like, I'm not sure if. And I charged the batteries in one side of the shop that in a piece of glass surrounded by concrete, okay. And a wall. Like, there is nothing around it that can catch fire.
Okay.
Hopefully.
If one catches fire, does the one next to it catch fire?
Probably. But usually charge at very low currents. Okay. I don't push it. And nothing gets even warm.
Okay.
When I do charging. So, yeah. Yes.
And in your tanks and boats and rockets and everything, how many batteries have started to puff up? Many. Many. Okay.
Many.
All right.
Many.
Is that through, nowadays, impact or?
No, it's by not knowing what I was doing. Like nowadays, doesn't happen.
Okay.
Because I know how big the battery needs to be and how cautious I need to be with the discharge rate. So it doesn't happen. But back in the day, I didn't know what I was doing. So I was trying to get like maybe 200 amps from a 50 amp battery. So it was over discharging them very rapidly. So they heat up and puff up really quick.
Okay.
Very dangerous stuff.
Yep. Which is why I asked.
I never had an issue with impact, but when I was doing the rocket episode with James, 3 of the 4 batteries that he got deformation from impact without any other consequences.
Okay.
Those are some of the ones that I brought to the recycling company the other day.
Right. Okay. Good.
That didn't knew what. So.
Yep.
Yes.
It was a student driver who did the reversing.
Oh. Don't the student cars have separate controls for the teacher?
It depends if it's a teacher's car or if it's a normal car.
Okay. Usually here you cannot learn without a teacher with controls.
Yeah. Funny you should say that, because when I was a child growing up, as I got old enough to sit in the front seat, because we had bench seat back then rather than 2 bucket seats, and we ended up having 4 children, so 3 in the back, 1 in the front between the parents, and I was the oldest, so I got to sit in the front. Apparently the first time I got in the front of the car, I actually said, "Where's Mum's pedals?" Because I used to always see my mum stamping on the brakes, even though where's Mum's pedals? So anyway, that's a good family joke, that one.
Yes.
Robert, yeah, it's time. We'll answer this one question. What balance charger do we prefer? I've got a little blue one from China, like EMAC or
I got a few of those.
Something. The blue one that's got 4 sockets and something like that.
I only use one that has high current and balance charging at the same time, because it does both times, and monitors the current and everything. It gives you more information, and I only use that one. The small ones that are balance charges, I don't use them. I only use the big one.
Oh, sounds like you want to buy a expensive one. Expensive, but not China.
I bought mine from Hobby King.
Yep.
I don't know what expensive is, but maybe it's like 30 euros, 40 euros.
Yeah.
It's not that expensive. Nowadays, like, and it comes with yellow tape in every hole saying like, read the fucking manual so you know what to do. Yeah. Read the fucking manual before doing that. Read the manual. Don't do this. Don't unplug this.
Yeah. Do not put your tongue in here, JT. Don't put your tongue in here. Yeah, exactly.
Don't try to charge a battery that is this big with a 10 amp charging current because it will explode instantly.
Yeah. All right. That's it.
Okay.
Done.
Yes. Done.
I think we're all gentlemen tonight. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining. Yeah, we will see you. Our next episode will be episode 50. Milestone episode. So, yes. All right. Be good, and we will catch you next time. See ya.
Bye.